Dennis Gilmore.
All right, we're down here. First rally since Donald Trump's assassination attempt. Obviously, they just had the RNC a couple days ago close out. Considering everything that's happened in the last week, like, what are your thoughts as far as the assassination and everything that goes as far as that?
Oh, man. Well, there's a lot to consider about the situation. It's hard to make any really subtle assessments at this point, just based on the factor we don't know if that was a Democratic Party insurgent. You don't know if that was a real Republican coming to do something to stir up trouble. It's hard to look at it like that. But as far as Trump as a political figure, I mean, when he was president, I had more money in my pocket than when old Brandon here was president. So as far as that goes, I just know that financially he makes the right decision as far as our country is concerned. And if we want to have a financial representation of what we do as far as our country, we need to have Donald Trump as our president. Brandon there ain't holding down anything that he said. He wants to open up this floodgate for illegal immigrants. We got like, 15, 20,000 immigrants flooding our gates every day, if not more. And we need to get control of that. I mean, everyone's welcome here, of course, but if you're not here and willing to do the things that we require to be a legal citizen, and if you're not here to help us make more money and lower costs on our revenue and our imports and exports, then, you know, I feel sorry for you. Donald Trump wants that, and everyone else doesn't.
Do you have any thoughts about J.D. Vance? He's the VP pick now. Like, any thoughts on him?
He's a young guy. I'm excited to see what he does. He's actually a little bit younger than me, so I'm willing to give this guy a try and see what he's going to do for us. I like having a fresh, young perspective on things. He's a young man, and he's got a military background, and I feel like he can be a fresh, new candidate for us to really open up our eyes on some things. So let's see what he does. Give him some support.
The thing that I find kind of interesting about him is he seemed like very skeptical, like an anti-Trump Republican at one point, and now he's the VP pick. So I'm like kind of curious, like, do you have any thoughts as far as like his evolution in that regard? Because I'm confused.
There's a lot of Democrats that didn't like Trump, and now they're asking Joe Biden to step down right now. So everyone needs to have a chance. Sometimes he comes out a little bit outlandish, and he comes out really real, and that's a shocker to a lot of people. So once we get past a lot of the shock value, almost the Howard Stern aspect of Donald Trump, and get down to the political policies that he's trying to enforce, it's worth it. And that's why he's willing to change sides and look at it from a different point of view, because it's worth it. Let's go.
All right, you mentioned like people calling on Biden to drop out. Like, what do you think the odds of that are happening now? And do you think it matters if it's Kamala or someone else, like as far as the matchup in the general? Like, do you think he'll drop out, and does it matter, I guess is what I'm asking?
You know, I would love if he dropped out, and honestly, if he does drop out, it's just gonna ease the country's tension. There's a lot of tension right now, and if we know that we're not gonna have another 4 years of raised gas prices, our exports being done through China and stuff, I think that's gonna help out a lot. I really don't see Kamala Harris changing. The whole Balenciaga thing for me personally is shows her true colors, just because her daughter-in-law is part of Balenciaga's modeling, but they're obviously condoning child trafficking or sexual behavior towards children. That speaks volumes for me. So she can go, he can go. Let's bring on the Republicans for another 4 years. We'll figure it out from there, and it is what it is.
Do you see any? Because like, well, first of all, did you watch Trump's RNC speech?
I missed the speech.
He was kind of like, I don't know, like in my opinion, like taking a softer tone, like kind of calling for unity, which is kind of like, you know, he's a very like hot and headed guy, like when he talks. Do you see any like opportunity for like bipartisanship and unity with the Democrats, or is it strictly like an us versus them kind of thing for you?
No, there's always unity, because in true perspective of things, as far as I go, it's a divide and conquer system. You divide us in order to conquer us. So the Republican Party and the Democratic Party really see eye to eye, but they just take different approaches in order to get what they want. Donald Trump is the first president that's not been related to all the other presidents. So we need to really look at that and understand that he's not out here to to get his family's name out there. He's not out there doing any of this stuff. He's out there not taking the money because he's got the money. He's making a point and showing what's right. So let's do what's right. Let's get Donald Trump there. Let's not look at all this extra stuff that's being blown up our butt. It's time to just understand that right now this is the time for the Republicans. It might be time for Democrats later down the road if they have a good enough policy being brought up. Right. But right now it's a divide and conquer. Right. We can't look at one without looking at the other, and we shouldn't ever do that. But as far as everything goes, right now Trump has the policies that I can support. And I support Donald Trump and Vance 100%. Let's go Trump, Vance 2024. I'm voting for the felon.
All right. Any closing thoughts winding up here?
I hope everyone does the right thing. Right now, our policies are at jeopardy. We're spending more money on exporting stuff that we don't need to. We can make stuff here. So let's make stuff at home. Let's bring jobs home. Let's not give China the power to take over our country. We're capitalizing on everything. So let's capitalize. Let's do it.
All right, much love.